Hello there, my fellow open world gamers. What's up? It's Robbie with Open World Games, and yes, we're taking a very special look at The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Is this game worth checking out? Is it worth your time and money? Well, that is what we're going to go over. We're going over a ton of details, including the open world combat, customization, characters, and a bit of the story. So be sure to check out the video guide in the description below. If you just want to skip ahead to the open world free roaming or the combat, you can do that by checking out the description below. So we're going to start out with what really counts in this type of game, and it is the open world, and it is gorgeous. Now, the game starts you out in a small prologue map that is still open world. There's a lot of type of quests that you end up talking to a bunch of characters. I was really worried at first. I was like, is this a game full of just talking, where you interact by dialogue? Well, thankfully, the world eventually opens up into this massive, sprawling landscape that is downright gorgeous and a real pleasure to explore with your sidekick, Roach. He is your horse that you get at the beginning of the game. You can whistle and he will come to your side and aid you on your journeys. It is such a good time just exploring the game. And yes, the game is full of lush forests, landscapes like that, and then swamplands. But what's really nice is when you get into these more urban districts, the big cities. There's music that plays. You're in a whole different atmosphere. There's definitely less enemies, and the population seems to be going about their business. This is where you do your customization and stuff. Get your side quests like any other open world RPG. Think Skyrim. But I'm extremely impressed with the atmosphere of this game. I mean, there's a whole day and night cycle, of course, that is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, one of the best day and night cycles I have ever seen, and I would definitely compare this one to Red Dead Redemption simply because the storms are amazing, and it storms a lot more often in this game than in most open world games, which is really nice to see. I'm a huge fan of storms in open world games, so it was really good to see storms this often, and that nighttime is absolutely gorgeous. So yes, the world is absolutely huge. It's rumored to be about 20% larger than Skyrim. Now, developers have not confirmed if this is true, but it takes about 20 to 30 minutes just to get across the entire map by horse. Can you imagine how long it takes just to do that by foot? And exploring on foot, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to really explore this game, simply because you have so much more time to really take it in. And then also you're busy collecting the various ingredients you need to do crafting and customizing your Geralt. So yes, the customization is extensive in this game, and it's one of my favorite parts about exploring the open world, because those two things really do connect. You want to explore the open world, collect ingredients to really dive deep into the customization. You can craft your own armor, of course, your own weapons, which is actually pretty simple. Of course, there's a hardcore nature to this. If you really want to get into it, you can. I mean, you can get absolutely addicted to the system. I was just really impressed with it. Or, you could save up enough money from doing side activities and that sort of thing and just buy the armor. So they really do offer choice when it comes to how you actually gain your customization and how you gain that rare armor and stuff. So you're going to want to take your gear and upgraded armor into combat, and believe me, the combat is freaking epic. It is so tense and so awesome simply because of their health system. I really do like their health system in this game. You can't really drink a potion and have instant health regeneration, and there is really very little regeneration during combat, so it's a lot more tense. You really want to get in there, handle the enemies quickly and strategically, not really get hit too often, much like Bloodborne or the Soul series, which you guys know I love those games, definitely. But with this game, which is really nice, is it does offer more casual play. There is very easy difficulty settings. You can go up to, the hardcore modes where you can't die at all. There's like a permadeath mode. So anyone that's really hardcore about their gaming can also go after that. That's too hardcore for me. But yes, there's a wide variety of options with the difficulty, with the actual game and combat. But the combat is extremely nuanced. It's very detailed. There's heavy attacks. There's sort of a combo system where you can do quick strikes, heavy attacks, and then boom, lay down some magic, which is called signs in The Witcher 3. And then, of course, you have your bombs, your crossbow. It's very, very extensive. Everything can be upgraded, of course, in this game and crafted. So you can really, really get deep into the combat. And I am just absolutely addicted to the combat. I want to go into the open world and just find something to fight. And mentioning something to fight, this game is really about monsters. Man, the monsters in this game make it so unique. I think we're so used to open world games having these enemies that have swords and shields, crossbows, and that's about it. But this game really mixes it up with griffins and all sorts of monsters. I was on a quest, you know, roaming down my path, minding my own business, and a huge bear came out of the middle of nowhere. Now, a bear in other games would seem, you know, minute. It wouldn't seem like much of a threat, but in The Witcher 3, it was a big deal, which I loved. I was like, holy crap. Here we go, let's do this, and it was really a fight for survival. So that's the type of uniqueness that The Witcher 3 offers with its enemies. And yes, this even carries over to the characters and the story. I think a lot of us are a little worried that the characters and the story for this type of game might be boring, and it's actually quite the opposite. At least once you get past that tutorial phase, it gets interesting. The gist of it is, and I'm not going to spoil it, do not worry, there's no spoilers here. This is basically just the generic story arc that's going on here, is that you're trying to find Ciri, a sorceress, and you are a witcher, a mutant, in other words, who has amazing abilities. And that's basically all you need to know, really, and it's very easy to understand. I was asked recently, do I need to play The Witcher 1 or The Witcher 2 to understand The Witcher 3? And no, you know, I never really completed those games, so I'm good to go. I'm grasping the story and I'm really enjoying it. Another reason why I'm enjoying it is it's not like Skyrim. You're not going to be bumping into those similar characters all the time. You know, in Skyrim, when you bumped into that dude with a different face, same voice, or some dude with the same face, same voice. That's not the case with The Witcher 3. You are constantly bumping into brand new characters that are absolutely fascinating, and you really feel like you're grounded into the world. One of my favorite things about really good open world games is if you think about a location, you think about the characters within that location, and it really makes it feel alive. That is happening with The Witcher 3 for me. As I explore the world, I say, I gotta go back to this place, and I think of all the characters I've met, and it really builds this in-depth personality to the world, which I love. So I talked about the open world being beautiful. Yes, this game is downright striking. It runs at a great clip on the Xbox One and PS4. I know it's not the 60 frames per second on the PC. I guess you can achieve that on the PC. But I played on the Xbox One and it ran really, really well. There were brief occasions of choppiness during my 6 or 7 hours of play, but they were hardly noticeable. And the same thing can be said about the PS4. It also has some choppiness every now and again. And of course you have your Ultra version, which would be the PC if you have the rig to run it, of course. But everyone, I think, is going to be extremely happy with the graphic fidelity with this game. It is downright amazing what they have managed to achieve here. It is truly, truly the new gen game that everyone is looking for. So, in the end, should you go out and get The Witcher 3? If you love gorgeous open world games, really good characters, great combat, you know, and the gorgeous visuals, of course, I would definitely recommend this game for real, especially if you like games like Skyrim, Bloodborne. This game is definitely going to be something you're going to want to check out for sure. But guys, I'm having a blast with my time in The Witcher 3. I'm absolutely loving it. Please let me know if you guys are going to get it, if you're going to skip it for another game in 2015. I'm very curious to see what you guys are going to do, but this game is definitely going to be Game of the Year by many publications. I am sure of it. By the end of the year, you will be seeing this game being rewarded many, many different awards. So, thanks guys for watching, and be sure to stay tuned to Open World Games for more coverage on The Witcher 3 and other open world gaming goodness. But guys, I will see you next time.